Hey, my name's Holly Chadwick, and this is for Diana Rayers from Chaos to Calm. And I am right now making deviled eggs. I'm in an RV in Arizona, unexpectedly, kind of stuck in the desert due to COVID-19. Um, I had recently been writing a memoir. I'm a storyteller and a filmmaker, and the project I'm doing I see is parallel to this storytelling project, and I wanted to share my story. Um, Starting in November, I started writing a memoir of me moving away from a 40-year-old house that I had lived in for 40 years at the age of 40 to a 40-foot boat. And I could only take certain possessions on board, um, like crystal candlestick holders, prized possessions, the good china set, the good silverware, certain kitchen items, books, and these items would trigger memories that I started writing in my memoir. And not just the items, it would be smells and objects and people and situations too. So I started writing this in my memoir. And I have a background. My mom is schizophrenic and has a very dramatic story, and I have overcome mental illness myself as a result of living with her as a young child, which I wrote about in a book. And so now I'm writing this memoir of overcoming mental illness, memories of my mom, objects that are triggering memories, and writing it all down. I also happen to be an entrepreneur and working with a health tech company. And while writing my memoir, I'm thinking, oh, this is great material to train a virtual health bot assistant, like artificial intelligence that will help people through their times of need. So my focus for the last few years has been mental health, and what better way to use my story as training for this mental health bot. So I call this mental health bot Ruby, and I'm talking to this Ruby virtual assistant in my book. It becomes a character, and then winter hits on the boat. And so I'm on this 40-foot boat. It's snowing. We're freaking tired of shoveling the snow to go up the ramp. We decide to go to a escape in the desert in an RV. So now I'm in the RV in the desert, but then COVID-19 hits and I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm gonna go crazy in the heat that's about to happen. I just put the air conditioning on. It's 81 degrees right now in the RV. It was 90 earlier. It's supposed to hit 100 by the end of the week. I'm feeling overwhelmed and hot and about crazy because I feel like I'm stuck here because of the COVID-19. We're on this piece of property that has my husband's parents' place on it. So we've got a lot of supplies stashed, emergency stuff, good support network. So we're feeling safe here rather than going back to Washington State, which is where the boat is and happens to be the epicenter of COVID-19 in the United States. We're wondering when to go back because, as the cases peak and lull and then peak again and lull, will the numbers teeter out so we can go back to Washington, or should we just hole up here for I don't know how long, a year? It could be longer. We'll see. But it's getting hot and I'm feeling hot and I'm feeling like this deviled eggs that I'm making, and I just had boiled them and then cooled them and now cracked them, and one's falling off the counter, and now I have to chop them up and delicately take out the middle and then blend it with tasty ingredients and then put it back in. It's just such a complicated process. And cracking them is hard because they were in the fridge, and the fridge works, and then it doesn't work because it's so freaking hot. And it's an RV. It's not designed to live in 24/7. So I'm always fixing the fridge and monitoring the temperatures, and the eggs, they ended up frozen, and now they're thawed, and now they're harder to crack open. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot like this egg, like going through enduring extreme heat situations and like taxing times with the COVID-19. For instance, like groceries. We live fairly remotely from Phoenix. We're about an hour away from Phoenix and about a half an hour to the nearest town. And the nearest town has, thank God, a curbside delivery that you can order online, which is great because we don't want to go out with anybody. And we wear masks when we do pick up groceries, but we've had to completely change our lifestyle of like what kind of food do we want to get, make lists, and can't go get fresh fruit every day, which is a contrast from living on the boat in a marina near a nice little town on an island where I could just walk and go shopping for food on a daily basis or a semi-weekly basis. And the cool thing though that I'm grateful for is that when we moved from the boat to the RV, it's at least we have more room on this property to store groceries and things, even though the fridge sometimes doesn't work the best. We've got the house to store things in with my husband's parents, and they are so cool, best in-laws ever. And yeah, like so I don't know how this will end, if we're gonna stay on here in the RV for the time being, how long will we go back to our boat. I had planned on doing a vlog of my adventures this summer on the boat in the San Juan Islands called Rubicon Cruises, and now I don't know if I'll make it back there. My husband works out of state and travels every 3 weeks back and forth, so right now he's not in the RV with me. He just got back from work 2 days ago. He took a flight here outside of Phoenix, and he's quarantined in another RV for 2 weeks to make sure he doesn't have COVID-19, and now we're just doing the waiting game, and he can be quarantined for 2 weeks and then freedom for a week if he doesn't have it. And we'll do all sorts of stuff because we have a little dune buggy. We'll go out in the desert, ride around. We've got 2 golden retrievers. They're lots of fun. But he's got 2 weeks of like quarantining. He's out there right now digging weeds, and in the sun it's hot, and I'm in here making deviled eggs, and we're separated, and I'm feeling a longing for physical contact and a longing for normalcy, whatever that is, and a longing for not to be so complicated as these deviled eggs I'm making. Now I'm going to cut them in half and pick out their filling, and man, like, I'm just wondering like how these deviled eggs will turn out. I've never made them before, and I just following this recipe on the Instapot, and it was easy to get them boiled because Instapots are so easy, but then I realized that the process is rather harsh, because you're getting boiled in under 6 minutes in this pressurized environment, and I'm feeling like I'm in this pressurized environment with the COVID-19 in an RV in Arizona, and I don't know how these deviled eggs will turn out, but I've been busy. I've been doing my thing and writing my memoir, which has resulted in an exciting new product that I'm launching along with my memoir. And I'm pitching my memoir this Saturday to 8 agents, so hopefully you'll get some traction. Anyway, I am pleased to be part of fellow storytellers on this initiative, COVID to Chaos by Diana. This is great opportunities to share stories. I'm looking for storytellers too as a part of my Overcoming Mental Health platform, and I'm picking out the yolks of the eggs, and it's actually easier than I thought, so maybe it's not too bad. Anyway, we'll see how these deviled eggs turns out. We'll see how this COVID-19 pandemic turns out. We'll see if I make it back to my boat to go cruising this summer. I'm not sure about that. Safety first, health first, and I just hope these deviled eggs taste good. I'm not sure if I care what they look like. They're actually looking pretty good right now. So here's it, cutting in half, picking out the middles, not using a fork. I'm pretty it's pretty easy to just peel them out like that. And then I'm gonna mush them up, the yolks, in a little pot here that I got with some mayonnaise and mustard. And then I don't know how to get them back in the whites. I don't have anything to squirt them back in, but I've got limited resources here in the RV. I'll figure it out though, and I think what's key is we're all figuring it out together, and we're all in this together. And if anybody has any advice or suggestions, I don't think anybody can be an expert at this time, but just share their stories of how they're handling this, and we can work it out together. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.